Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into a fascinating, profoundly personal spiritual question. It comes straight from some ancient texts. We're going to open up excerpts from the 12. Vaṅgīsasutta from the Sutta Nipāta. It's kind of a rare window, into a very specific moment of spiritual seeking. And it leads to this truly definitive answer. Our mission today is basically to unpack this powerful conversation. We want to understand the depth of the question being asked, really feel it, and discover the, surprising insight that's revealed. Okay, let's unpack this. So let's try to imagine the scene. You've got the Bhagava, the Buddha. He's residing peacefully in Avi at a place called the Agadhavasakya. But, beneath that surface calm, one of his disciples, this Venerable Vaṅgīsa, he's wrestling with something huge, a profound personal crisis. See, his revered teacher, an elder named Nigrodhakappa, he's recently passed away, asira parinibbāna. And Vaṅgīsa is just tormented by this one ultimate question. What exactly is this core dilemma he's grappling with?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question because it really gets to the heart of what ultimate liberation actually means in this tradition. Vaṅgīsa is completely consumed by this question. Is my preceptor truly parinibbāta, which means, fully extinguished? Has he attained final nirvana with absolutely no remainder left? Or not? And this isn't just like idle curiosity. You can feel it. It's a fundamental question about the absolute fate of someone he really respected. It carries this immense emotional, spiritual weight for him. He needs certainty about the ultimate spiritual success, you could say, of someone he deeply admired.
Wow, yeah. I can only imagine the weight of that. So Vaṅgīsa goes to the Buddha, and what really struck me when I was reading this text is how he asks. It's not just a simple query, is it?
No, not at all.
It's this incredibly reverent and poetic plea captured in these vivid verses. It almost feels like a masterclass in, how to seek profound wisdom. He calls the Buddha things like teacher of unsurpassed wisdom.
Sattva anambachan.
And the cutter of doubts. Ichikita Janachetta shows huge respect and trust.
Exactly. And he doesn't stop there.
He even beautifully describes his late preceptor, known, famous, of extinguished self,
Jetto yasasi abhinibhutato.
implying he was already deeply liberated, or so via hopes.
Precisely. And he really just lays it bare, doesn't he? Vaṅgīsa acknowledges the Buddha's unique insight, calls him sumantakaku.
One with perfectly discerning vision.
Yeah, and then he makes it crystal clear. Samavahita no savanaya sota. Our ears are ready to listen.
This isn't just about seeking information. It's deeper. It's like the soul-deep yearning for authoritative confirmation from the one person he believes possesses that ultimate insight. His plea, so rich in imagery, it just underscores the depth of his doubt, and also his profound trust in the Buddha's ability to see the unseen, to know.
And the analogies he uses.
Yeah.
They're so powerful, really express that urgent need. He compares the Buddha to a light bringer, payotakara.
And describes his intense thirst for the Buddha's words, like someone desperate for water in the summer heat.
Varya yata gamani gamatato.
This isn't just poetic flourish, is it? Feels like it speaks to a deep, almost desperate need for clarity.
Absolutely. Those analogies are key. They really convey this spiritual urgency. He's not just intellectually curious. He's like spiritually parched, thirsty. He's seeking a definitive answer, something that will resolve this profound existential doubt he's carrying. And the way he frames it, he even describes the quality of the answer he wants.
Right, like the swans.
Yeah. Hasirupagaya senchinikusha. Clear, well-modulated, like they're cooing. He wants that kind of pure clarity.
And then his explicit question just brings it all home. Yatati brahmakarya akar kapiyano. Was the holy life lived by kapayamo? That's Nigrodhakappa, fruitful. Kachi satai amoga, was it not in vain? Nibai sa adisapadisaso. Did he attain nibbana without remainder, or with remainder? Yata vimutto ahuta sunama. Let us hear how he was liberated. That distinction, without remainder or with remainder, that's critical here, isn't it? Can you break that down a bit for us? What's the core difference?
Yeah, excellent point. It's absolutely crucial here. So, nibbana with remainder, so padisasa nibbana. That would mean, okay, the individual has eliminated the defilements, the mental poisons, but some aggregates of existence, like the physical body, maybe some residual mental stuff, they still remain. So they're liberated from suffering, but the process of existence itself, well, it continues until that body dies.
Okay, so liberated but still physically present.
Right. But nibbana without remainder, anupadisasa nibbana, or parinibbāna. That means the complete, final, total cessation of all those aggregates of existence after death. No future rebirth, nothing left over. It's the absolute ultimate liberation from the whole cycle. Birth, death, suffering, attachments, gone.
The final end state.
Exactly. So Vaṅgīsa is basically asking, did my teacher achieve that final ultimate state?
Okay, and here's where it gets really interesting, for me anyway. The Buddha's response to this incredibly heartfelt, elaborate, poetic plea, it's remarkably concise, short, but utterly definitive. What does he say?
He just replies directly. Straight up, verse 3-5, he says, Accechi tanha ida namarupe. He cut off craving for name and form, namarupa right here.
Yeah.
Vaṅgīsasutta degaratanuseide, which means like the dark stream of craving that had been latent for a long, long time. Atari jatamardan. He crossed over birth and death completely. Ase without remainder.
Wow, that's incredibly direct. Like you said, no ambiguity there at all. So this isn't just a confirmation for Vaṅgīsa then, is it? It's a teaching itself.
Exactly.
Can you help us unpack those key concepts a bit more? What does it really mean to cut off craving for name and form and cross over birth and death completely in this specific context?
Precisely. It is a teaching, a powerful one. When the Buddha says Nigrodhakappa, cut off craving tancha for name and form, namarupa. That's incredibly profound. Tacha, craving. That's seen as the root, the very origin of all suffering in Buddhist thought.
Right.
And namarupa, it isn't just about the physical body, the form. It signifies the entire psychophysical apparatus, mind and body, the building blocks of how we perceive existence.
So everything that makes up me?
Kind of, yeah. The whole constructed experience. To cut craving for that, well, that's dismantling the deepest attachments. It's seeing through the illusion of a permanent separate self. It really is the fundamental obstacle to liberation. And then the second part, he crossed over birth and death completely. Asesa. This signifies the absolute unequivocal end of the cycle of rebirth and suffering, what's called samsara.
Right, samsara.
It confirms, without a shadow of a doubt, that Nigrodhakappa achieved parinibbāna, that final, ultimate liberation. No remainder. So for Vaṅgīsa, this definitive answer, it provides absolute certainty, and you feel this profound liberation from his own spiritual doubt wash over him.
Yeah, the relief is almost palpable in the text, isn't it? The satisfaction Vaṅgīsa expresses. It really highlights the profound impact that this kind of truth can have. He declares, right after hearing the Buddha, that he is pasidami, pleased, serene, calm. He affirms his question was amoga, not in vain. It was worth asking. And crucially, that the Buddha did not vanchesi him, did not deceive him.
Yeah, the trust is affirmed.
It's clearly not just an intellectual answer for him. It's like a deep emotional, even existential resolution. And then he goes on to praise his preceptor again, right? Saying he, achida makuna jalai, cut off Mara's strong woven net.
Yes.
Okay, let's pause there. For listeners maybe not steeped in this. Who or what exactly is Mara in this context? Is it like a devil figure?
That's a great question. And yeah, it's important for understanding the full weight of this achievement. Mara isn't just, a literal devil with horns or something. He's more like the personification of all the forces that bind us. Illusion, temptation, death itself, attachment, everything that keeps us trapped in suffering and prevents liberation.
So like the ultimate obstacle.
Exactly. The ultimate adversary to enlightenment, you could say. So to say Nigrodhakappa cut off Mara's strong woven net, it means he transcended all those snares, all the traps of the conditioned world, all the subtle chains that keep beings locked in the cycle of suffering. It's just this powerful declaration of complete and utter freedom.
And Vaṅgīsa adds that the Buddha himself, adasa bhagava adikupadanasa kapyo, he saw the origin of clinging in his teacher, like the Buddha perceived the whole process.
Yes, signifying the Buddha's perfect insight into Nigrodhakappa's path and attainment.
And he wraps it up with such conviction, verse 358, saying that Kapayano akagavappa makuriya suduttara, he truly transcended the realm of death, a realm very difficult to cross.
Suduttara. Very hard to get beyond.
It's an amazing final affirmation of his teacher's ultimate success. Just beautiful. So, okay. What does all this mean for you, listening now? This deep dive took us into a very specific, quite ancient dialogue between a disciple and his teacher, grappling with a really profound spiritual question.
Yeah, and the core questions Vaṅgīsa asked.
Yeah.
Even though they're couched in the language and context of this ancient tradition, they really resonate, I think, with universal human longings, don't you think?
Absolutely.
That desire to know the ultimate fate of people we respect, people we love. The quest for some kind of definitive truth in the face of uncertainty. And maybe for some, that search for profound liberation from suffering, from doubt.
And we've seen really clearly, I think, how a sincere, profound question, one that's articulated with such clarity and deep respect, can be met with an equally profound and, importantly, definitive answer. An answer that doesn't just, inform the intellect.
Right.
But one that truly liberates the heart, settles the mind. So here's maybe a provocative thought for you to mull over as we finish up. Consider the questions in your own life, the ones where you seek absolute certainty. Maybe they're personal, maybe philosophical, maybe even practical things. What kind of authority or insight, whatever that means to you, would you truly trust? What would it take to get an answer that would satisfy your deepest inquiries? An answer that would genuinely resolve those nagging uncertainties for you? Something to think about.